I just want to say I'm so proud to be here with Hunter Lovins, my dear friend, and we're going to see her PowerPoint in a moment, some wonderful stuff about renewable practices as regards fuel and transportation. I'm seated next to, on my left, my hero, Daryl Hannah, my dear friend and hero, who's been in this world for a long time and has done things I can only aspire to, getting arrested at mountaintop mining removal things. God bless her. You'll also hear from my new friend David Bloom down in the end there, and he really knows this alcohol world inside and out. I learned things, details that I didn't know. It's a rare occasion when I get a real full education on some of this stuff. I thought I knew it all. I sure don't about alcohol, but I've learned a lot just in the brief time we've known each other. We're all going to learn a lot more in a moment. But I'll just tell you very briefly before I fully introduce Hunter and her PowerPoint that it's possible, as Daryl has demonstrated, as I've demonstrated, and Hunter and David will demonstrate, if they've both demonstrated for a while, you can live a renewable lifestyle, and if you do it in the right way, it's not only good for the environment, it's good for your bottom line. It's good for your pocketbook. This is something I discovered in 1970 as a broke actor, you know, out of work. I didn't have a lot of money. Check it out on IMDb in case you think I'm lying. I didn't have any dough for expensive solar panels and things, but I did what I could. It was the first Earth Day 1970, and I did what I could. And one of the things I did, you'll see here at the Peterson Auto Museum. I bought an electric car for $950 in 1970. Crazy back then, sheer heresy to drive an electric car around. People thought I was nuts, and I probably was, but because I was the only person under 65 driving this little electric car. They were really intended for retirement communities, but it had a California license plate on it. It's right downstairs. Taylor Dunn electric car, bought it for $950. That was a good price for an electric car in 1970. But what I learned very quickly was it was not only good for the environment, it was very good for my pocketbook. Why? The price was fine, but it was so cheap to fuel. It was cheaper to plug it in the wall. 1970 kilowatt hours were cheaper than 1970 gallons of gasoline. It was just cheaper. And was much cheaper to maintain. There was no tune-up or oil change or fan belt or radiator flush or smog check or valve job. I had all this stuff I wasn't doing anymore, and it was money in my pocket. Everything else I did that year, the first Earth Day, saved me money. So that's what you're going to hear a lot about. It's not just something for the elite. You know, it took me 20 years to be able to afford solar panels, saving money originally and all the cheap and easy stuff you're going to hear from these good folks. We're going to put a kit on my car later that's going to allow it to run on E85 or even E100, right?
That's correct.
100% alcohol. And this is a very simple kit. It works with today's cars that have a computer in them already that measure the oxygen and adjust accordingly. And this is an aftermarket device that's going to be put on my 2001 Prius, has 160,000 miles. And now I'll be, I only use it 60 some odd days a year. It's around town I drive my solar charged electric, but when I have to go to Seattle, when I have to go to New York, in a vehicle, I do it in that old Prius, and I'm going to do it now in alcohol, thanks to David. We're going to hear from all these wonderful folks in a moment. Thank you. Without further ado, I'm dying to see the PowerPoint from my dear friend Hunter Lovins. Hunter, take it, it's you.